You all right, Muck? Yeah, you? Right, so behind me we've got the Anfield football ground. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Just how I like it, smooth.
Oh, na, 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 it's the Chippy Tour.
We're at Kim's and we're in Anfield, and just 20 metres that way we've got the stadium. Kim's is just round the corner here. You can eat in the famous Arkle's pub here, which is just a couple of doors away from it. Now you can order it, and they'll say to you, you know, are you in the pub? And you'll say yes or no, and they'll bring it over for you. As long as you have a drink in there, you know, buy yourself a pint or whatever. And it's heaving on match day, apparently. Well, let's get stuck into this for a minute. Friendly, chatty, and it was spotlessly clean. I'm just going to tip that out of there. Now this is supposed to be their small chips. I'm sure they couldn't have got it the other way around. Look at those. Don't they look good? So I'm not going to put them all on this plate here, but I'm going to put a fair few, because then we can take them home with us. I'm going to wrap these back up. Look at that lot. We're going to have them later. I know we are. I'm going to air fry them. Nice little crispy batter going on there. How does that fish look? Looks good, doesn't it? So that was delicious. The batter's a little bit heavy in places, but it's really nice. Yeah, lovely big flakes. Want to get back into these chips. Quite slim, but... So we've got a fish cake we've got here, which is what I saw as a savoury on their board. We've got, that was at £2.50. I'll open that in a minute. We've got chips at £3. That's a lot of chips. We've got the fish at £7. We've got their curry, I'm going to open that now, at £2. So in total, £14.50, which doesn't sound bad at all. So this is their savoury. We actually called it a savoury cake. And on the receipt, she's written fish cake. Now I don't know whether there's any fish in this, or it's just the savoury. But it is really nice. And everywhere does their own version of a savoury cake, or a savoury. If there's no fish in it, it's mostly mashed potato, parsley, herbs, a few things like that. It's got a kind of a stuffing flavour, you know, like an instant stuffing mix. That's the kind of flavour it has. And this is really nice, it's not greasy at all. Really nice. I just talk with food in my mouth, did I? Let me know if I did. It's not something I want to get a habit of doing. This is their curry. This is a huge pot. Look at the size of that. They make this in-house. I'm scared of getting it. That's a nice little handy container, that. We'll certainly have that at home. How's that look? I'll get a little spoon on here. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Just how I like it, smooth, lovely colour. Oh, that's a nice curry. Nice little kick too. Yeah, you? Lockhart's shut. Eddie shut down, didn't he?
He's tired, man, yeah.
So we got to see him on his last day.
Where are you from?
Well, we've lived in Liverpool quite a lot. We lived in Chilwell, but my wife had a barber shop in the city centre opposite the Slaughterhouse pub.
Oh, yeah, I'm on the
And she was there for 30 years. Hey, you take it easy. You take it easy, buddy. He's a nice enough lad. So let's get back to this curry. So, yeah, look at that. That is a cracking curry. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Doing a review of the chippy around the corner. It's good. I like it a lot. Give a thumbs up to the camera.
Oh, yeah, YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's going to be on YouTube. Check
The Chippy Tour.
the Chippy Tour. Check it out. So you take it easy, buddy. Enjoy your day. See you later. But we're also doing featured from now on. We've passed that many places that have great food, and we sort of give it a miss. We don't put it on video when really we should. If you've got a restaurant, it doesn't have to be a chippy, and you want us to do a feature of it, look on the website. I'll put a link above here, put a link in the description. Pop in there and have a look, see what you think. And it's going to be an extra interest. So have a little look at that, because I'm really excited about it. Because I'm tired of not filming some of the great foods we have. Like in Spain, we had some fantastic food. And that wasn't just fish and chips, or chippy fare. And I should have put it on video. I really should. And that's what I'm going to do from now on. Right, so it's back to the computer, where we'll look at some reviews. A low one, somewhere in the middle, a high one, and mine. So we'll see you there. 1 star. Salt and pepper chicken was amazing. Chicken was immaculate. Service was a 10. Will definitely come to visit again. And it's got a 1 star. Now, this happens more often than you might realise, but people do forget to actually click the star rating. They just go ahead and leave the review. And there's not a lot you can do unless you can contact that person to rectify that. This is a 4.7 rated chippy for 136 reviews. That's great. That really is. And to get a 1 star, I mean, it could have been 4.8 before that, or 4.9. I don't know. But to get a 1 star would have hurt a little bit. But the comment was nice. So if anybody knows Lucy Gledhill, give her a shake up and get her back onto Google just to give those scores a bit of a change, because it's a great little chippy, it really is, and I'm sure she'd appreciate it, the owner. 2 star. If you want quantity over quality, this is the place for you. I ordered liver and bacon dinner, and it was tough and disappointing. Liver and bacon dinner. I didn't see that on the menu. You know, some of these chippies and that do have the specials every now and then. There was John's Chippy in Caddy's Head, which had ribs and cabbage. I'm going to make that. I'm going to make ribs and cabbage at home one day to show people how it's done properly and how simple a meal it is and how delicious it is. And I'll be doing it outside because of the nature of it. So I'll do that. I'll make a video on that. Tell me what you think. Do you want me to? It's one of my favourite meals. And it's a northern English dish. So I'll go on. The others ordered fish and chips, and the fish was huge, oily and a bit dry. The chips were okay. Response from the owner. Sorry it wasn't to your liking. We have never really had any issues with the quality of the food, as you can see in other reviews that have been left. But thank you for your custom. 5 star. The best fish and chips / kebab in all of Liverpool. I don't remember seeing kebabs. Well, there must have been, I suppose. Large portions, fresh meats, and Kim was super lovely every single time we came in. Visited from Canada and really enjoyed our chats every single time. Thank you, Kim, and see you next time. Response from Kim, response from the owner. Thanks for your feedback. Glad you enjoyed our food. It was lovely to meet you, mate. See you next time you come to Anfield when we win a game. 5-2. What a result. Take care. Mine. 5 star. Having recently reviewed a chippy near Everton, by popular request I visited one near Anfield, which turned out to be right by the stadium.
Not only that, it is just a couple of doors along from the world famous, I don't know what's world famous about it, I tried to find out what that was, but it's a pub called the Arkles. Whether it's world famous because of the football and people all go in there because it's next to the stadium, I've no idea. Making it a great location. On entering the very clean and tidy Kim's, we were asked if we were in the pub and told that our meals could be taken to us once they were ready. This was a great idea. The Chippy and pub have a very friendly relationship, allowing customers to eat their takeaway inside and no doubt benefiting from those customers buying a drink or two. I can only imagine what it's like there on match day. The staff were polite and friendly. I ordered the haddock, chips, their in-house curry and savoury cake. That's what they called it, savoury cake. Sometimes I'll go to places and it's called a savoury, and sometimes it's called a fish cake without any fish. I've experienced that in Liverpool a couple of times too. The haddock was nice, thick and fresh, with a gently tasty flavour, wrapped in a crispy, delicious batter. The chips were plentiful, and although quite slim, were very nice. The curry sauce came in a large container and was thick and smooth, with a nice little kick, just the way I like it. The savoury cake was a mix of mashed potato and selected herbs and seasoning in a light crispy batter, which is pretty typical. Overall, I'm pretty sure I will return at some point to take my chippy meal into the pub and enjoy it with a drink, though perhaps not on match day. It'd be worth actually inquiring about that when you actually go to the chippy. Probably ask them it's okay, you can take it in case anything's changed, or maybe they just don't like people walking in with the chippy food without prior knowledge from the chippy, say that someone's coming in, or the pub itself. Actually speak to someone at the pub to say, can I go and get a chippy meal? But at least be polite with it, be courteous. Cooking in oil, payment cash or card, fish reviewed, haddock. See you on the next one.
Right, so behind me we've got the Anfield football ground. Yeah, we've got a similar setup here as we've got with Everton. Everything's so well done. It might be the same people who have done a lot of this. I was involved in the widening scheme. Even these little things are interesting. Look at all these names. And these are those famous "You'll Never Walk Alone" gates. Look at that. It's funny how they're stood alone, isn't it? Now, I don't know if there was a fence there at some point, but yeah, fabulous. So what have we got here with these? Lumps of turf. Are they from the pitch or what? Kevin Keegan, Robbie Fowler. It's an impressive stadium. So yeah, we're just pottering around now. Cop bar. So it's handy being able to get around these places during the day.
Oh, na na na, it's the Chippy Tour, cruising the coast, can't ignore. With every bite, I'm loving it more. Saving the chippies, that's what I'm for.